Hello, good morning. My name is I'm Alejandra Villarreal, and today I will be interviewing my college, Gabriela Rosales Villegas. Well, welcome, Gabi, and thank you for taking the time for this interview. It's always interesting to get to know more about the people I converse with because I always learn something new. Let's start with the basics. Tell me about yourself. How would you describe yourself personality?
Hi, Amy. Thank you for the opportunity. Well, I will say that I consider myself as an organized person and committed with whatever I do. And additionally, I will say that I will describe my personality as a kindly person because I really enjoy working in teams and learning from people to collaborate with.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I believe that curiosity and commitment are qualities that really stand out. I also enjoy meeting organized people because personality is something I'm always trying to improve. Sometimes I feel like life demands so much that maintaining balance can be a challenge, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I try to keep, like the discipline with my time. Sometimes I need to adjust my priorities and, like adjust my time. But yeah, I think that it's can be stressful to keep this balance, but you need just to be disciplined with this when it's related to time.
Okay, and what motivated you to study for this career?
Well, I will say that the different areas in which you can work, for example, you can work in business intelligence, logistics, procurement. So the different areas in which you can work. And also, I will say that the interest in that I have in see how can I improve things and make it more efficient, the process.
Okay, that sounds great. I agree with you that this field is very versatile. I also believe that the diversity of application is very attractive. And I imagine that besides working in this field, you must have hobbies or interests that help you disconnect, right?
Yeah, absolutely. For example, in my free time, I really like to read books about personal development and technologies because, for example, in personal development, I really like have this interest in how can I be a better person, how can I improve my communication skills, and all those kind of things. And also, I really like hiking and spending time with my family, boyfriend, friends, and all those kind of stuff.
Okay, hiking, I love that. I believe being outdoors help us reflect and clear our minds. I'm also a fan of long walks. Sometimes I don't find as much time as I like, but speaking of time, how do you manage to balance your personal life with your studies or work?
Well, I will say that the key is planning, and for example, in my case, I'm used to use apps, for example, Google Calendar that really helps me to have a control of my schedules and also to-do list that this application allows me to have all this control of my pending task. So I would recommend you to use these apps because they are really helpful to manage your time and keep that
Mhm.
this balance.
Okay, it's a great advice. I also try to use calendars and lists, but I admit I don't always stick to the plan strictly. But now, changing the subject a bit, I'd like to know about your work experience. Do you have any relate to industrial engineering?
Yeah, well, I'm currently working at Schneider Electric as an invoice processing analyst intern. And I will say that related to industrial engineering, something that I applied in my work is that generating a bot in Power Automate. This bot basically optimize the time and the process of release unblocked invoices because this bot is programmed to send an email to the users or to the suppliers and notify them what's the matter with its invoice, and how can we, like improve this matter and release the invoice as soon as possible. So I will say that, like optimizing and be efficient in the process of releasing unblocked invoices.
Okay, I imagine that experience must have given you a very interesting perspective on the field. By the way, what do you think is your strongest skill in this field?
Well, I will say the ability of analyze data and complex problems and propose practical solutions. So I will say that.
Okay, definitely. Analytical ability is essential. I've seen how good communication can make a difference in implementing projects. Sometimes what seems like a small adjustment ends up being a significant change. Speaking of adjustments, how would you solve a problem related to optimizing a process or team?
Well, basically, the first step that I will, do is gather all the data or information related to the problem, and then once that I have all the data, analyze that data with tools like Tableau or Power BI, and make a dashboard with different kind of graphics and like to have this visual support and see what's the things that we can improve, the key performance indicators, and that kind of stuff, working with my team and see how can we implement a solution to like improve the process. Yes.
Okay, now I'm curious to know what your greatest professional achievement has been so far. These experiences are often very enriching.
Well, related to my achievement, I will say that since I'm working at the Schneider Electric, that is an international company, this company has helped me to improve my communication skills in English. Because basically my achievement for me is have meetings with people that are from other countries, for example, with people from USA or from India, and be able to keep a communication and a meeting with these people.
I've always admired people who achieve such improvements. And thinking about the future, where do you see yourself personality in 5 years?
Well, I will say that I see myself in 5 years working in an international company and, in business intelligence, in our area of business intelligence. I would really like to working in this area, analyzing data, making dashboards, and obviously graduated from industrial engineer. So basically, and in a general way, I would say that.
Okay, that's a very clear vision. It's great that you already have specific goals. But speaking of companies, what kind of organization would you like to work for?
Well, I will say that an organization that appreciates the work from their employees and motivates them to grow as a professional, and obviously a company that gives different kind of trainings. I will really like to work in that kind of company that gives basically opportunities to grow as a professional, and that I appreciate my work.
Okay, well, I think we have covered everything I want to know. It's been a very enriching conversation. I'm impressed by your clarity of objects and your structured approach to problem solving. I'm sure that with your skills and motivation, you will achieve great things in the field of industrial engineering.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your comments, and thank you so much also for your time.
Well, thanks again for your time, and I wish you much yourself in your professional journey and any project you take on. I hope we can talk again soon.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. See you soon.